Okay, I've been overthinking about how I want to start this video, so instead of thinking anymore, I'm just going to start talking and speak from the heart. So as the video title says, you can change your entire life in 1 year, and I think you can do it in even lesser time, provided you're putting in consistent action towards things that you actually care about. And I just want to share my story of how I was able to do that. If we were just meeting, hi YouTube, my name is Ansh. I am 22 years old, I live in New York City, and I call myself a founder and content creator. But 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, none of that was a reality that I was experiencing, and I was able to create that through consistent action. And I just want to tell you a little bit about my story. I graduated from New York University last year with a double major in economics and data science. I did my undergrad there, and 2023 September is what I want to take you back to, because that is when my senior year started, and that is when full-time recruiting for full-time jobs after graduation was kicking in. And I was recruiting mainly for consulting roles, some finance roles too, but mainly consulting roles. And the reason for that is because initially I wanted to do investment banking, but then I realized it was not for me. So I chose the lesser evil, and I'm like, okay, let me do consulting because everybody around me was also doing consulting. The pay is good and great experience. That's what they tell you. So I'm like, let me try it as well. And September to November was probably some of the worst months of my life. I don't like using the word depressed because I'm not a psychologist and I don't want to make any claims, but damn, that period was depressing, and I felt like I was in a very depressed situation because I was applying to a lot of full-time roles, giving interviews, but none of it worked out, and I just felt so hopeless. I felt like I was living my life on autopilot, going to class, coming back home, applying to jobs, doing my homework, eating my meals, going to the gym again and again and again, and all I really looked forward to when I woke up was going back to bed, like watching YouTube in bed and just falling asleep like that. That was my life, and I really did not like it, and I did not like the person that I was becoming. I remember talking to my mom one day around like October, November, when all of my interviews didn't work out, and I'd basically stopped applying to jobs because I'm like, this is pointless. And I remember breaking down on phone in front of her because I'm like, Mom, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know if I want this, and I just don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to get a job after graduation. And that fear as an international student of not being able to get a job after graduation, that uncertainty of whether you're going to be able to stay in the country is so real. And I really went through that because November, it was like the next 8 months were so uncertain. I had another semester of college to go, and I did not know what my life would look like afterwards. But then I decided to stop applying to jobs. Wait, okay, I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Before that, I decided one day on my way to class that I'm going to listen to my inner voice, listen to myself, and start creating content, short form content, specifically on Instagram, and just start posting. Just make a video and start posting. I promised myself to make 3 reels per week and just see where it goes, just for the fun of it. No expectations, purely for creative expression, much like what I'm doing right now. And it took off. I remember my 7th and 8th video went viral, and I started to get a lot of attention, and that brought me a lot of confidence. And I was like, oh my God, like people actually want to listen to me, and I can actually do this. I can actually build a following, and I can actually maybe monetize this as well. And right now I'm building a startup called Roam. It's a one-stop shop solution for international student services in the US. Roam wasn't a thing. Rome was not in the picture whatsoever when I first started to create content, when I first started to build my personal brand. It came along as a result of me consistently making videos, and that's what I want to talk about. When I started to listen to my inner voice, started to listen to what my younger self would have wanted me to do, which is make videos for the fun of it, because that's what I used to do as a 10, 11-year-old. That's when I actually started to win in my own eyes, when I actually started to have an impact on the people around me and random people on the internet, people reaching out to me, wanting to talk to me, wanting to work with me. It was absolutely crazy. That's what I've taken away from my creator experience so far, is that if you put in consistent action towards your goals, whatever that might be, it is impossible for your life to not change in 6 months, a year, even lesser than that. Your life will change because you're simply directing energy towards another source, another medium. And if you consistently do that, things will start to happen for you. So if you are in a situation where you feel like your life outcomes, or you look at your future and you're like, damn, I don't really like that. Like, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know where I'm going. I urge you to take a step back and ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing today, why you're applying to full-time roles, why you're doing whatever. You're not building your business, you're not creating content, whatever it is. Ask yourself, what is the long-term purpose of this? Do you want to get a job just so you can appease your parents, you can appease your friends, or is it because you want to do it for yourself? Those are the kind of questions that I started asking myself. And over time, as I continued to create content, I got a lot more opportunities. I met a lot more people. I met my co-founder because of creating content. I remember I was around about 5,000, 6,000 followers on Instagram when he reached out to me and he pitched the idea of Roam to me. About 9, 10 months later now, I've been building Roam full time. I was able to get a job which I'm super passionate about, which I really care to do because I can see the impact that I'm generating on so many international students in the US. And that is all because of the fact that I decided to listen to myself and decided to change my life. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen for you, provided, like I said earlier, you're consistent with it. Now that I think about it, it's been such an insane journey to change the trajectory of my life and be the person who's in charge of steering the boat of my life in a direction that I chose, not my parents, not my friends, not society. I chose to do this. I'm choosing to do this, and it's unlocked so many things for me. I don't earn a lot of money right now because we're still an early stage startup and we're paying ourselves bare minimum to survive in a city like New York. But I love what I do. I get to make videos on the internet and inspire people. I get to send out emails to a bunch of people hoping that the email content is useful for them. I get to throw events. I get to go to events and people recognize me. I mean, it's absolutely unreal what social media has done for me. And for you, if you're watching, it might not be social media that you want to pursue, content creation that you want to pursue. It might be entrepreneurship. It might be pursuing a different career. It might be pursuing a master's degree, even going to college. But it all comes down to intentional effort at the things you care about, at the things that sort of naturally come to you. And this is something I want to talk about in a later video. But when you do things that are natural to you and you just have fun with it, you will start to become so good at those things that people will look at you and be like, how the hell is this guy doing it? But I've been on a bit of a tangent over here. This video is already 8 minutes long. If you watch this far, I just want to let you know that if you don't like where your life is heading, you have the power to change it. You are the creator of your life. You are the director of your own movie. You just have to act every single day. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. But I promise you, it is an amazing feeling when you actually make changes in your life and actually help other people make changes in theirs as well. And yeah, I want to make more YouTube videos because I like talking to the camera. So if you like this video and want any more videos from me, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next one.